What is going on, everybody? Happy Saturday and welcome to the live Amazon FBA seller Ask Me Anything Q&A. I hope you guys are having a great day. Sales are going pretty well today, for me at least. I hope they are going pretty well for you as well. And I'm Chris Grant, and what we do here every single day is we answer your questions about Amazon, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, wholesale, you name it. I will try to help you any way that I can. And I always try to bring a tip that should be helpful in your business. Today, I've got one that I think is pretty clever, and I hopefully you will agree with me. So I'm glad that you guys are here. We'll be going for about 30 minutes. If this is your first time here, I'm Chris Grant, and we're live from sunny Central Florida. And let's dig into it. Luke, what's going on, sir? Glad to see you here. And I apologize that I'm running a little on the late side. My youngest was officially diagnosed with the flu, so we were running back from the doctor. But did the brisket last night meet expectations? It was not my best. I was trying to cook a brisket while also work all day long, and really, I believe that the best thing to do is to not have to work, but instead be able to tend to the brisket more. So I could have done better. Everyone enjoyed it. They said it was good, but my standards are not everyone else's. So I know what I did wrong. Next time I will do a little bit better. And that's what it's all about. It's all about testing. Deal Hunter, what is going on? Amar, glad to see you. What's up, Chris? Listening is doing bi-weekly shipment. That's fantastic. That's exactly what these are for. We've got a couple of questions going on here. And then I'm going to share a tip with you guys. I'm going to try to let a few more folks come in here because, like I said, I really do think today's tip is fairly clever. All right. So, Amar, if a customer requests a refund for an order they didn't receive and Amazon processes the refund, do you take any additional steps on your end or just let Amazon handle it entirely? So, if it was an FBA order, so there's two ways to do this. If it was an FBA order, then I just let them handle it, okay? They should handle it, and within 45 to 60 days, you should be reimbursed for that item. Now, that's something that you're going to need to check on. If it was a merchant fulfilled item, chances are they're not going to auto refund. But if they did, they should also reimburse you for that. Chances are the customer is going to need to file what's known as an A to Z claim. And you'll need to show Amazon, hey, here's where I bought the shipping from, all of that stuff. It was good to go, and they just didn't get it. And then you should get reimbursed with no dings on your account for that. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. We normally don't go to the doctor for what we figure are colds, but temperature was about 103.6, and I know that there's been some pneumonia going around. I know RSV's been going around, so wanted to make sure we got ahead of it. No COVID, just a little bit of a flu bug. He'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Drew, can you give a more detailed explanation of what the OA challenge is and what to expect? Yes, absolutely. So during the OA challenge, it's going to be 14 days of essentially what we're doing right now. Every single night, I will bring you anywhere from 60 minutes to 2 hours worth of content. And then afterwards, we will do a Q&A. There is no time limit. Okay, so we'll be starting at 6:15 p.m. come January. And on the first night, I like to talk about what your expectation should be, what you're going to be learning. And then I like to dive into a little bit of the history of online arbitrage, yes, but arbitrage in general, because it's fascinating how long arbitrage has been around. I'm talking back to when laws were first written on anything. It happens to be on a rock as the first law about arbitrage is actually in the Code of Hammurabi. And a lot of people, well, I may be the only person on planet Earth that actually has that fact memorized. After that, we start diving into Keepa. We dive and we go Keepa first because Keepa really is the foundation. It is the keystone, the backbone of any Amazon business. And I want people to understand it much deeper than they already do because it will allow you to make much better buying decisions. So many people think they understand Keepa and how sales rank works and how sales rank drops work and things like that, but they don't. They have a surface level understanding, which directionally that's fine. But because there is so much nuance to this game, it's important, in my opinion, to understand deeply so we can know that if we have rules set in place for ourselves, when we can break those rules and we're not taking too big of a risk. We're also going to talk a little bit about asymmetric bets and how we can use asymmetric bets to our benefit. Then we go into the different methods of sourcing. We'll talk manual sourcing. We'll talk reverse manual sourcing. We're going to talk Amazon Whisper method. We're going to talk storefront stalking. We're going to talk automation, all those things. And then we're going to do a day on AI. We're going to do some Section 3 stuff. We spend a day on tools. We spend a day on tactical arbitrage. And then we've got a couple of Q&A sessions in there. I'll have to go back and check the syllabus, but it's 14 days nonstop, no days off, and we get through all of it. It's always a good time. And Luke, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, OA Challenge has been it's been one of my favorite things to do, and we're on our 13th OA Challenge live, and so hopefully this will be the best one yet. Okay, I have got, and I know it's a Saturday, so I didn't expect a lot of people to be here, but I think that I've got a fairly clever little tip for you guys today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen, and I want to show you guys what I was working on earlier today. So I pulled a lead off of our lead sheet from yesterday, okay? Over at Fossil, this is $89. All right. And over on Amazon, this item is $144 right now. It's got a suppressed buy box. That's fine, but it is profitable of $19.33, only 22% ROI. My opinion, this is going to be a no-go. This will be something that I show my team, hey, listen, here's why we would not buy this item. I like it in a lot of ways. Like normally $20 would be okay. However, since this is something that typically women are going to buy, statistically, all right, for any ladies in the audience, statistically, women tend to return more items when it comes to the clothing, shoes, and jewelry category than men do. And so I would need some more ROI and a little bit more profit on this item for it to be something that I would actually buy. I also need to be approved. I happen to not be approved in Fossil. But that does not mean that this should go to waste. Okay. Number one, I could go and try to make the cost of goods lower. So maybe I could turn it into something good. All right. But I've got a bunch of data in here that I could use to my advantage. All right. And the easy data is going to come from these historical sellers. Now you can see here, I'm going to turn off the historical sellers that currently there are 4 sellers on this listing. And you'll notice that right here. I'll zoom in on this just a touch here. There. Can see right here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. There we go. We can see right here that there are 4 sellers on this currently. And I'm using Rev Seller right now. So if I click historical sellers, well, now I've got all the historical sellers that are on this listing, including Amazon. Okay. So great. I can go in here and I'm going to go to this seller IDs feature and I'm going to click down on it. I'm going to click 1 through 50. And this is going to take me to all of the products that these sellers currently have. Not Amazon, but all the other ones. Okay. So all of the sellers on this listing currently have about 27,000 products on Amazon for sale in their respective stores. And I'm showing 100 results right now. Now, I could go through and I could source all of these if I wanted to, one by one. And maybe I could filter out, hey, you know what? Show me the items where the buy box is going up over the past 30 days and over the past 7 days. Show me the items that are, more than $20 in the current buy box, or the items that have no buy box currently. Show me all those items. But instead, here's what I did. All right. Excuse me 1 second here. Instead, what I did is I went back to this advanced filter here, and I want to get this down to 5,000 or so products. So I'm going to drop the sales rank on these to, let's try 5,000 in sales rank. That gets me 1,400. That's not enough. Let's try 15,000. That gets me 3,500. Perfect. Now we can do 25,000. That gets me 5,127 products. Okay. A little bit more manageable. But what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for 5,000 ASINs here, because I want to be able to show everything I want to be able to download everything. So I'm going to show all 5,000 ASINs here, and then I'm going to download the data. I'm not going to go through all of it or anything like that. What I'm going to do once this loads, and it's almost done, is I'm going to run up to the export section, and I'm going to choose all active columns, and I'm going to download this to a CSV, and I'm going to click the export button, and imagine that it downloaded. I already did this a little bit earlier. Okay, this is going to download 5,000 ASINs for me, along with all of the data that I currently have showing. Okay, and then I'm going to take this over to ChatGPT, and inside of ChatGPT, I am going to upload this to ChatGPT 4.0. Okay. I'm going to upload this into the chat. You can do that very easily by clicking the little paperclip icon and uploading from your computer. And you'll see right here, I uploaded it, my Keepa product finder. It's got all 5,000 ASINs in here. And if I scroll over, it's got all the data that I gave it or that I had it download. Okay. And then I'm going to tell ChatGPT, hey, please analyze the data in this CSV file I have uploaded in great detail. Okay. Be sure to thoroughly review all of the information. Now, I've had times where ChatGPT seems to have skimmed the reading. And so I typically double up on my prompt to make sure that it goes through this data very thoroughly in detail. And then I said, hey, just offer me any insights that you may have that'll help me source via online arbitrage for my Amazon FBA store using the insights you extract from the data. And then it tells me this data contains 5,000 entries, 97 columns. It gives a lot of different metrics. And here's some key information. And it basically tells me what information is inside of that sheet. Then it says, do you want me to extract specific insights? So I said, you know what? Yeah, I do. Please extract the listings that are low competition opportunities and stable or increasing buy boxes. All right. This way, rather than me having to go through all of that data, I can just let ChatGPT do it. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, probably not. But I could start throwing through a lot of CSV files and have it give me back the data. Okay. So it tells me it's extracted a list of products that meet the criteria for low competition and stable or increasing buy box prices, etc., and so on. And I can pull this up and I can start looking at it. Out of those 5,000 ASINs, it pulled me back 125 different ASINs. And it gives me the sales rank on these items. It shows me the current buy box, the 30-day average, the 90-day average, and the number of buy box eligible offers. Okay. And then what the 90-day, what is this? What the 90-day out of stock is in the buy box, right? And then I got a nice little link to it. So we're going to open this one up right here because I still need to do my own digging. Open up a new tab. We're going to pop this in here. We're going to go take a look at this one and see what we think. This one is currently at $49.99. The price is down just a little bit. It's a New Balance Kids Fresh Foam. If I run down here, there is not a lot of people on it. Amazon is one of the sellers. And that buy box is not bad. Okay. It's not my favorite, but it's not horrible. So I just need to go and see where can I find this. Now, Coopert is telling me that I could save $24.99 on this, but I should be able to go out and find this pretty easily with a Google search. And let's see where we can find this. Well, New Balance has it at $43.99. Looks like that might be eBay. That's showing used. I need to start digging in here, but it's $29.35, $35.99. I need to do some digging, but I would find it. I would find a place that I could source it. Maybe not now, but maybe when it goes on sale, right? And now I've got several others that I can go through here and do the exact same thing, okay? This is one way to use ChatGPT in your business. Not going to be perfect, but neither is using all the filters in Keepa Product Finder either, okay? Just one way to get through a lot of the noise. Now, we could train this ChatGPT to look at things that we are more interested in. And I could say, hey, make sure to only show me the items that have not dropped in price by more than 10% over the last 90 days, and the items with fewer than 10 competitors. And we could do that as well and say, please. So I always mind my P's and Q's to my future robot overlords. Please extract the ASINs that have dropped in price less than 10%. 90 days and have less than 10 competitors. All right, we'll let that do that work too. And it's going to analyze that information again, and it should give me a new sheet. Now, it looks like it's reset. Well, I'd have to re-upload the file. That's okay. I could re-upload the file and process that request again, and it will do it. Okay. So that's just another way to be able to run through your data with ChatGPT. There's a lot of other things that you can do, and I'm going to be putting together a bit of a playbook as to what we can do with this information. Okay. All right. Let me pop this share off here, and let me answer your guys' questions. Excuse me. One, in my opinion, the OA challenge is a must. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Sarah, if you don't know what course to buy when starting, thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys are too kind. Your money's in the mail, I promise. Carrie, thank you for the interview with Sarah. She's a great coach, and the network of people are very welcoming. I agree. Sarah is a really great lady. I was very happy that she agreed to be on the podcast. If you have not listened to it yet, I would suggest that you go right after this and listen to it. It is on your favorite podcast player. It is also here on my YouTube channel. Sarah does over $800,000 a year between Walmart and Amazon. She does user-generated content, or UGC. She does TikTok affiliate. She does the Amazon influencer program. And she also runs a Walmart group called the Walmart Sellers Network. And somehow she keeps all those balls in the air at the same time. So it was a really good interview. It was nice to have her on. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw this out there. If you happen to know any other ladies in the space who would be great guests, please don't hesitate to DM me. I am looking for more ladies to have on the podcast and share what they're doing in their businesses. All right. Lex, that was cool. Be interested to see how AI enhances everything in the future. I think that I think AI is going to be a great enhancement eventually, especially once AI agents become a little bit easier to use. I think there will be some really cool things that we can do with them. I never used Chat GPT. Is it free? Um, yes, it is free. There is a free version. But to do what I'm doing, I'm using a paid version. It's $20 a month. I happen to pay for 3 or 4 different AI tools because they all do different things. And I want to keep my finger on the pulse of what's happening. I think that AI is going to be an important um, assistant to us in the future as business owners, as arbitrage sellers, as people who want to own our time. And so I want to make sure that even though I know I'm no genius with AI, I want to make sure that I'm ahead of at least most people when it comes to using these products that are available to us. And I figure if I say please and thank you enough to AI right now, it'll keep me around when it takes over the world. Humble restart. What version of ChatGPT are you using? Info loaded from a Keepa file? Yeah, the info that was loaded was from a download of the Keepa product viewer. And I am using a paid version of ChatGPT, the $20 a month version, not the $200 a month version. I don't believe that I need Sora quite yet. And then I am using Model 4.0. I do not have O3 available to me at this time, at least that I'm aware of. And so I'm using ChatGPT 4.0 for this information. I may have wanted to use now, Canvas is built into 4.0 automatically. So yeah, that's what I'm using there. Jameson, hey Chris, having trouble Amazoning again after my stroke. Can you help? More than happy to help any way I can. If you got questions, shoot them my way. Happy to chat about them or help you. Or drop them here. You're more than welcome to show up. We do this every single day to answer questions. Albana, can we use the same prompts with the free version? As far as I know, yes. I don't know what the data will be like, or I don't know if you can upload files. I'm not sure. It's been months and months. It's got to be over 6 months or 8 months since I've had the free version of ChatGPT, or whenever they released it. I bought it the minute it was out, or the minute I had access to it. So I don't know what the limitations are, but you can use the same prompts. Absolutely. Is Amazon to Amazon flips dead? Not very many good flips recently. No, Amazon to Amazon flips is definitely not dead. It may be a little bit slower right now because inventories are a little bit tighter at the moment. That's just the way it goes during Q4, especially this close to the Christmas holiday. But if bear with me just a moment here while I pull something up. I'm going to do Amazon. I'll do $10 or more, 30% ROI. Bear with me just 1 second. I'm going to do under 150,000. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And search. I'm going to share my screen again 1 moment here. Or I'll let that load while I answer another question here. Carrie, have you ever thought about doing an interview with some everyday sellers, like 3 or 4 at different levels, telling their journey, struggles, and Chris's give advice to get on to the next level? I wouldn't mind doing some. We call them coaching sessions. I would certainly be interested in that. I would need to come up with a format, but absolutely would make that happen. If anyone's interested, you're always welcome to reach out to me at chris@cleartheshelf.com, and we'll set something like that up. I would, here's the thing. We record the podcast on Mondays at noon. So you've got to have availability on Mondays at 12 p.m. So we try not to change it around. All right. And let me answer one more question from Instagram, and then I'll show you guys why Amazon to Amazon flips aren't dead. Kloss the Runner. Hey, Chris, how many leads per week is going to be in the OA Challenge? The OA Challenge is not a leads group. We do have a Q1 leads group that also includes the OA Challenge. We're coming to a point where a marketer would say we're having a little offer confusion. All right. But if you join the Q1 leads group, that is for January, February, and March. And it will include the OA Challenge. And in the Q1 group, there will be over 150 leads per week out there. It'll be from myself, from Eli Glukowski of OA Leads Pro, and from Derek Lee of OA Hunt. In the in our Q4 group, I have shared somewhere around 675 leads over, we'll call it 2.75 months. So I've shared about 245 leads or so each and every single month. Okay, let me show you guys this. So someone asked, is Amazon to Amazon flips dead? So they're definitely not dead. We can come into a tool like Flip Alert. Now, this is a paid tool. It is not free. And I've put in some filters here in the product finder to show me items that are sold only by Amazon, where it has a profit of $10 or more, a 30% ROI or more, and is ranked under 150,000 in sales rank. And then we pull up items like this, these New Balance shoes here. We can see down on the bottom right, we've got a Keepa graph on it. Amazon, you can buy these for $64. They should be able to sell for about $135, leaving a $43 profit. Now, if we open this up on Amazon, we'll need to double check. That is a god-awful, ugly shoe. So we need to see if this thing is actually something that sells. I saw it was restricted for me. And we'd have to see where that $64 came from. It may have been a very, very quick drop in the price, because Flip Alert can often find the price much faster than Keepa can. But if we scroll through here, we would find a product where we could flip easily. Like actually, this one. It's the lowest price in 30 days. It's down to $35 on this particular item. I'd have to see if this sells on a regular basis, this variation. But we can get this for $35 right now. It looks like $59.99 is around the normal price. So if we pick this up for $35 and we could sell it for $59 to be priced a little under Amazon, we'd make a few bucks. Not a ton, but a few at a $35 buy price. Okay. So they're definitely still out there. You just have to do a little bit more digging or use a tool like Flip Alert. I think it's $97 a month or something like that. I've got an affiliate link somewhere that'll get you a couple of days free. I'll have to find it, but they're definitely out there. All right, let me finish up these questions and I'll give you guys back your Saturday. Okay. Ian, at what revenue point should I get a prep center? It's beginning to be a lot. I did just over 500K between Amazon and Walmart this year, my first year. This is a really great question. And we've actually done a podcast on this exact question. But my opinion is that the when you should get a prep center is going to vary for every person. So, Ian, I see in your picture, it looks like you've got a significant other, a girlfriend, wife, whatever. You might have some kids. Maybe you've got a 9-to-5 job still. Chances are you're running thin on time, and you're probably at the point where you should have gotten a prep center already. Okay. 500,000 is a good clip. You're getting a good amount of products in and out of Amazon. It would be a good idea to free up your prep time to spend that time sourcing, especially if you have more capital available to you than you're spending, because of your prep time. Um, my opinion is it really depends on everyone's life. For example, if I was very short on time, but I was very well capitalized and I'm going into starting online arbitrage, and maybe I've got 40, $50,000 in capital and I only have an hour a day to source, I'm actually going to try to get a prep center from the very beginning. Now I should do at least one shipment so I know the process, but then I want to go to a prep center. For someone else who maybe has someone that can come do their prep for them and they're good until they hit 1 million or 2 million, then maybe they need to wait. Maybe they have a significant other that wants to do the prep. Maybe they have kids that are old enough to actually do it on time, efficiently, and get paid a little bit. Maybe they've got a family member who needs a little bit of extra work and would be a good fit. Maybe they don't need a prep center. But in your case, it is probably time. Do you have a system to find and track those Amazon flip items that have consistent and high and low price swings? Caught a few of those this Q4 by luck, and they've been nice. I do not have a good system in place. The two ways to do it is one, going to be setting a Keepa alert and making sure it never turns off. That would be the first way to do it. The second way to do it would actually be that flip alert that I showed you. Flip alert has a feature where you can track items to get alerted via Discord or I think other ways so that you can be the first to grab those as well. Carrie, that's great to hear. Q4 has been fabulous for rabbit trailing. Easy decision to join the Q1 group. That's awesome. Thank you so much. You're showing a good price drops method, but I guess I'm talking something specifically reflecting big swings in its past history. That is a little harder. You're looking for items. Hey, what's gonna drop in massive prices back in or come January? That's harder to do. There's not really a way to filter out for pricing data last year compared to this year inside of Keepa or even Flip Alert. We could do that with Tactical Arbitrage. There is a flips feature inside of Tactical Arbitrage where we could say, hey, compare the data, the selling data right now compared to the selling data from January of last year. I'll tell you what, if you want to DM me like more about what you're trying to find, I could probably figure out a way for you to do it. Hey, Paulie, thanks so much, man. Glad to see you pop in here. All right. I think that may be all the questions, guys, and that is our half hour. Oh, one last follow-up. Where did you hire your VAs? I would use onlinejobs.ph or I would use Upwork. Those are my two favorite marketplaces to hire talent. So yeah. All right, guys, that is it. That's the half hour. I'm going to go head out and hang out with the family and watch the Buckeyes beat the Volunteers. I hope you guys have an incredible Saturday night. I'll see you tomorrow, Sunday, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Arp Bezzy, yeah, you can go into grocery stores and resell cheap products. Absolutely. All right, guys, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow at 5:30.